Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. I am Anaris, and today we're going to watch game number 2 of the Showmatch series between the Little One and QXC, Terran versus Terran. Now this match will take place on Steps of War. Like I said, this is game number 2. Make sure you watch game number 1 before you watch this one. Very important, because you don't watch them out of order. Should be the video just beneath this one over in the list over to the right. So make sure you check that out. And I hope you all have had a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend where applicable. Certainly was a very exciting weekend for me. I apologize for not being able to get this replay out to you sooner. I'm sure you all hate me for not having that. But I guarantee you it will be worth the wait, as I will tell you a little bit of information right now. I admit, I've watched the game already. Holy crap, it's awesome. It's so amazing. So, alright, so now that we've got that out of the system, we're going to watch and see what these players do. As we are now actually getting off to a start in the game, we can see a depot going down at the top of the ramp for the Little One, and a barracks going down for QXC. You can see his depot is going down right here beside his command center. So barracks definitely went down prior to the depot. Very interesting. We'll have to see what this turns into, as we have an SCV heading out right here for QXC, heading down towards TLO's base. Now look at this right here. The Little One already has his own SCV scouting around. Now note that both of them went around and scouted their natural expansion to make sure there's nothing there. Make sure there's no barracks, no bunker, or anything like that. So for right now, the Little One's barracks is just about complete. Now look at this. QXC does have his SCV in here, top of the ramp, and what is it doing? It's like it's going to try to scout around, do a little bit of harassment on the Little One's SCV. Meanwhile, up here we can see that the barracks has completed. Marine is on the way, and more SCV harassment here. Don't think it's going to matter though, as the barracks is now complete. Look at this, a bunker from QXC already right here at the entryway for the Little One. This is going to completely cut off entrance and exit from the base. And look at this, the Little One's throwing down his own bunker directly beside it. But the QXC's bunker is in such a place that it will allow the Marines to come right into it. Now, what's going to happen with this Marine duel? Are they going to win? Is the bunker going to pop? Yes, the Little One's first Marine barely takes out QXC's Marine, putting an early stop to this attack. Now look at this right here. The SCV is chasing around the other one with the Marine, trying to get rid of it, make sure there are no more bunkers going down or repairing. But now we're going to have bunker on bunker action here, as we are about 4 minutes into the game. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I think that the Little One is in a better position, because you can see right now he's repairing the bunker, and there's a second Marine coming down here for QXC going to get in this bunker as well. But the Little One has his own bunker, own Marine. Oh no, get in the bunker, you're going to die. There you go. Okay, well that bunker focus fired down that SCV. So once again, it is bunker on bunker action, no repairing going on, but the Little One is in a better position because he has 2 Marines, and here goes those 2 Marines right here for QXC, retreating now away from the Little One's base. Now there are 3 Marines getting ready to head to the top of the ramp here, but it looks like they are instead going to run away. Very good idea, because the Little One can bring SCVs out here, repair, and keep QXC from attacking further. Now looking over here, we can see that he has brought back an SCV. His bunker is still sitting here without any sort of add-on, but he is getting a factory right next to his command, or his orbital command, which you can see is in full swing right now. We have a bunker going down at the base of the Little One's ramp, so a little bit of containment action going on for QXC. And looking at the Little One's base, you can see his factory is just about complete. Both geysers have been claimed for both players. Let's actually look at the units lost tab so far. We're looking at 2 to 3, 100 to 200, and for income, about even right now. You can see it's in the 600s, spiking up to the 700s there for the Little One. But note the harvester discrepancy, 20 to 18. So that's despite the fact that the Little One did lose that one harvester there in the beginning, trying to repair that bunker, that oh so valiant bunker. Oh, Marine, you didn't have a chance. Oh, poor guy. Oh, well. Oh, so anyways, this bunker is going to still looks like it's going to hang out here for a while, as we have a starport on the way, Hellion, second Hellion on the way as well, as both players continue to build up their forces a little bit here. Got a tech lab on this factory now. Going to see some marauders here. Marauders would definitely be good for breaking through this wall, but for now we'll have to see what happens, as a tech lab does go on to the factory as well. So very interesting to see what happens here. We're gonna have to see some teching here in the very near future, as I'm not really sure the TLO is going to be able to bust out with a couple of Hellions, but you know what? It's the Little One, so he could probably pull it off. And looking up here at QXC's base once more, got a Viking on the way. Going to do a little bit of scouting, may decide to land and do a little bit of harassment. I do not know, but in the meantime, he has captured this Xel'Naga watchtower with his Hellion, keeping an eye on the high yield expansion, and also making sure no SCVs slither on up here and take this base right here. But that's not really going to happen at this point, because, like I said, QXC still has this bunker now with 2 Marines hanging out here at the base of the Little One's ramp, who is right now still just building up. It looks like he's getting his own Viking and a Banshee, so it looks like we're going to transition into some aerial harassment as QXC is getting his own starport with a or is getting a reactor on his starport, rather, and he's opting to get some siege tanks, so he's kind of focusing on the land units a little bit, and he does have his 1 Viking here. Gonna scout out, like I said, probably not going to be too effective. Looking over here, the Little One does have his own Viking, as well as a couple Marines, and he can say he's producing a Banshee as well. So here comes the Viking right here for QXC, getting ready to scout in the middle of the mineral line, where he will see the armory. He is landing now, trying to take out the SCVs, which are gathering gas. There goes one right there. That's definitely going to hurt for the Little One. As you can see, all 3 SCVs, or 2 of them, were taken off of gas there. One's dead, 2 are now dead. Look at that. This Viking here has got 3 kills so far, kiting away the Marines. Fantastic micro for QXC. Look at that. He's running around trying to get as many kills as possible with this 1 Viking, because he knows when he lifts off, the instant that he lifts off, he will indeed die from that other Viking the Little One has right there, just chasing around. And this Banshee, of course, could come and finish it off, but we'll have to see what happens here as he is continuing to make Vikings, and the Little One has a Thor on the way. Thor will definitely be great for busting out this bunker right here. Now, looking up here at the top of the map, we can see QXC forces once more. He is continuing to produce the siege tanks and also the Vikings, but look, he's supply blocked, so he'll definitely have to rectify that with the conclusion of the building of the depot in just a second here, so that's sitting pretty good. Neither player has expanded just yet. Now, one thing that the Little One did with this barracks right here was he tried to use it to get some Hellions out, but it didn't really work out so well for him, because when those Hellions got out, they went up to the top of the base. They realized they weren't really going to be able to do a whole lot, so he just brought them back. And looking over here, you can see the Little One now has his expansion looking pretty darn good. There's an attack from QXC trying to take off some of these forces, but look at the forces for the Little One. Cloaked Banshee with a Thor and some Marines, more than enough to take out the forces by QXC. Now look at this fantastic position with the second Banshee by the Little One taking off these tanks right here. There goes 1 tank right there, almost a second one. Maybe. Boom. Okay, both tanks are now dead, so the Little One is going to have to drop back 40 and punt. You can see he is getting some more Vikings right here. We can probably expect to see some sort of mobile detection in the very near future if the Little One continues to push these Banshees, which so far it's looking like he's going to, but you will note that he is getting vehicle weapons level 1, so he may decide to transition back into ground forces. Of course, QXC continuing to pump out the siege tanks. He may try to establish himself some map control here in the very near future, possibly in the middle of the map, or maybe just taking the top of the ramp here when securing his expansion, which he will definitely have to do in the very near future if he wants to combat the Little One, because right now you can see a ton of SCVs are transferring down to the expansion, throwing down geysers, so this will definitely help out the Little One get his production in full swing here. As we look right now, we can see that he is building a second factory, so he may decide to switch over to do some siege tanks as well. Right now, I would say both players are about even in terms of map control. But for now, let's actually look at the army size real quick. You can see 59 to 62 in favor of QXC. Definitely a lot more in terms of quantity of minerals and gas invested into the army so far. But if you look at the units lost, QXC has definitely lost the greater, except for the greater of the 2 losses. 12, 1325 to 10, and 1175. So let's look at the income tab once more here. We can see how this expansion is affecting the Little One's income. He does have a mule coming down here. We can expect to see another one very soon, or maybe saving it for a scan. I do not know. We'll have to see. But for right now, he is continuing to produce siege tanks. You can see right now he's got a Banshee, or QXC has a Banshee on the way, siege tank for TLO, and cloaking technology on the way for QXC. That'll definitely help out sniping TLO's tanks. Right now, looking at QXC's base, he is definitely sitting in a very defensible position. He's moving down his Marauders, siege tanks, and Vikings. Very, very potent force. Very good for defending this expansion, which is just now being claimed by the Little One. You can see he's throwing up both of his geysers right here, as well as landing his own command center. Now note that this is a couple minutes late. I'm not sure how this is going to affect the match, but for right now, you can see the Little One still doesn't have that much in terms of army forces. You can see right here, however, there is a drop coming in with 4 Hellions getting ready to come to the mineral line. Not sure how this is going to work out though, because there are some Vikings here getting ready to pop off the medevac. Oh, look at that! Some Hellions getting some free kills there, getting right into the mineral line, toasting a ton of SCVs. Look at that! Oh, fantastic shots right there, knocking off several of them as these SCV. Oh, look at that fantastic hit right there. As these Hellions are now trying to run away, but they have nowhere to run to as there are siege tanks at the base of the ramp. So it looks like they're going to do another circle and head back into the mineral line. Let's look at the income tab and look at the harvesters. 45 to 26 because of this, going down even more as these Hellions continue to do more and more harassment. Oh man, he loses the depots, but it's too late. The depots were acting as a natural barrier, allowing the little one to continue to doing harassment. That was a fantastic play for the little one, but it looks like QXC was responding by trying to take out some of these SCVs right here. We can see the Banshee has 3 kills already as he is now kiting away the Thor, but there is no energy at that command center. However, this command center does have enough energy for a scan. There it goes right there. So the Banshee is trying to run away here, gets out barely with 28 hit points, so close as the Thor continues in pursuit, but the Banshee is using the terrain to his advantage, trying to keep the Thor away from it as long as possible while it continues to get kills. Look at that, 7 kills right now from this one Banshee. 8 now, who is so low on hit points, and there's nothing the little one can do about it for another couple seconds, but here comes energy right there for a scan should he decide to do it. It looks like he's actually trying to, yeah, there it goes, right there. So here come the SCVs for the little one, transferring down from the main. Look at that, there was another harassment attack from QXC, got 3 kills, 4 right there in the main expansion, which is almost mined out. You can see there's a Thor right here, plus a Viking, more than enough to take that out before he's able to get out of the range of the scan. Very, very nice harassment right there. Here comes another one from QXC, getting ready to attack the mineral line. Not sure how well this is going to go though, because there are some missile turrets, but they're not in a good spot to prevent further harassment in the back of the mineral line, as he is having to retreat all of those SCVs away from gathering as Thor and the Viking come in, scouting, and is it going to live? Yes, it is going to live. Oh man, the Viking getting one last shot, taking it down to 44 hit points, but cloaking saves the day. Looking at QXC's forces moving out here, he's getting ready to sit in a pretty good position near the natural expansion. Looks like he's actually going to set up just at the base of the cliff here, try to pick off this refinery. Of course, the loss of this gas combined with the missile turret would be really, really bad for the little one, who is actually sitting in a very defensible spot right here. And it looks like he's actually using this one siege tank to try to destroy these rocks. May decide to get this expansion in the near future, but for now, he is going to have to deal with QXC, who is trying to take out this expansion. You can see right here, like I said, he was in a very good spot to knock out the gas, which he has now done. The turret is burning. It'll be gone any second. There it goes. So the little one is now moving out here. He actually has a fantastically sizable force right here compared to QXC, who is trying to retreat actually to his natural, leaving the Vikings down here. May try to land in the mineral line. Now look at this. If he does, this is a great time to do it, because he'll be like, oh man, is he going to land? Yes, he is. He's going to land while the little one's forces are completely out of position. So here comes the Raven trying to respond here with a point defense drone, but it is not going to be enough as the little one responds with a couple siege tanks, trying to get his SCVs back to mining as quickly as possible. But more importantly, he has established dominance in the middle of the map. You can see he has a couple missile turrets here, which will help out against the Banshees, and also keeping the Vikings from getting too close to the siege tanks. But they still will be able to come around and get from the rear and get some vision, should this turn into a siege tank fight in the middle of the map. It looks like the Terrans up here and the QXC are going to try to destroy their own rocks, which are flipped up. Don't really know why, but that's okay, because he's QXC, and he can deal with it. So it looks like we got a couple mules just landed here a second ago, trying to get the income up for QXC. Look at this, actually, almost 2,000 to 1,100. So definitely seeing those mules work as hard as they possibly can. And QXC is actually, this is a really good position for him, because he's forced the little one to use all of his energy for the past couple minutes on scans just to deal with the Banshees, which are a minimal investment for him compared to the amount of money that he has denied the little one for the past couple minutes. Oh no, Hellion Harassment getting ready to knock out some SCVs from QXC. Oh, trying to get us around, maybe. Oh yes, they are. No, they are not. So QXC got his Hellion out at the last second as the minerals are continuing to not be had by the little one, as he's having to use his SCVs to fight off these Hellions. A couple mules up here finally taken to the field. We can see 3 of them are just about out of energy. Can probably die in just a second, but now the little one has a sensor tower here in the middle of the map, which is just barely able to reach the bottom of the natural expansion for QXC. So he can see a couple of stationary defenses for QXC, but on the large, still not really too much going on at this very point in the game. A little bit of Banshee harassment by QXC trying to pick off some forces, but it was driven off by the little one, who now has a Raven. Definitely help out a lot with dealing with those pesky Banshees. And look it up here, the little one's continuing to saturate this expansion, bringing some SCVs over from different bases. This one's still not, well, he does have some SCVs, rebuilt a little bit, but doesn't really want to invest too much into it, because there's only little chunks of minerals here. You can see 245, 75, and 150, as QXC moves out to the middle of the map with his own siege tanks and marauders. definitely a good play. He is going to have, one of these players is going to have to make a push on the other here in the near future, because, I mean, look at this for us. The little one has a great positioning right here. There goes one missile turret, though. Definitely a good play by QXC. This is going to allow his Vikings to come over here to the north and continue to spot for these units right here. And we've got looks like one random missile turret for the little one hanging out here at the top of the ramp. Going to keep an eye on the expansion. But in the meantime, looks like we got a Banshee heading out for QXC, and the little one's still trying to move out and pick off these siege tanks. You can see this one's just barely out of range, as close as he could possibly be. And we got this Banshee was spotted, and he's almost dead. Look at that right there. He's sitting on 4 hit points, trying to run down as fast as he can. And the little one now sees this expansion has gone down, but the Marauders are taking out the missile turret and the SCV, so that is not going to happen for much longer. Oh, look at that, man. That Banshee's so close if we get in here. But we are going to see it get some kills here. There goes one SCV right there. There goes a second as the Thor and the Raven do move into position, and there it goes. 2 mules are dropping down. That'll definitely help recover the losses for the economy. Let's look at that. Look at that. Stop paying attention to the production tab for 1 second. TLO's got nukes. This is definitely going to be very interesting here. Definitely going to help break the line, as some nukes will certainly work out very well here. However, he may decide to drop them in. I do not know. We'll have to see, though. For now, there are missile turrets going on at the back of the base for QXC, which will prevent any sort of Banshee harassment by the little one in the next couple of minutes. For now, though, we have a barracks getting ready to fly out to the middle of the field. May decide to act as a scout. Very, very tough flying building there, able to take a ton of damage. But look at that right there. QXC once again doing a drop. I didn't even catch it. Trying to take out a bunch of those SCVs. Actually did a pretty good job, but you can see he is bringing his forces up here to the top of the base. May try to do another drop at the mineral line right here. I do not know. He is going to try to take out some more SCVs. Not really going to work out too well, though, because the little one does have quite a good number of forces right there. As we continue to look at this wall in right here, you can see it's pretty much split 50-50. TLO has his units spread out a little bit more, preventing units from running over to the high yield. And note, he also does have a missile turret right here. Very good positioning. This is going to let the little one see if his opponent claims this high yield expansion before any units come over here and kill. But look at that fantastic! Oh man, that was almost a fantastic move. But the scan was there, and he tried to pull off some units. It did not work, though. So, at this point, both players are just holding the middle of the map. Not really too much going on. The QXC trying to scout out, trying to spot some vision for the siege tanks, but note they are out of range. Look at that right there. You can see most of them are just barely out of range. TLOs, however, you can see just barely out of range as well. So you can tell by the little white dots there. And look in there, QXC's army is looking pretty darn good. Let's see the army tab right now, 195 to 142 in QXC's favor. The Marauders will definitely help out with the solid push, should he decide to make that in the near future. Now look over here, QXC took out the missile turret for the little one, and he is now moving in down here in the expansion with the Marauders, and he doesn't have a lot to deal with this. He has a couple siege tanks, pretty well positioned, pretty decent stagger, but I'm not sure if this Thor is going to live. No, I think the Marauders are going to take it out, and there goes the Thor, but the siege tank will be more than enough to mop up. Now, the little one does have a couple siege tanks moving over here, and great timing. He will spot out this command center being flowed down to the high yield, as he does establish a presence right next to the Zelnaga watchtower. Dropship getting ready to drop a couple Marauders, maybe into the back of the mineral line for the natural, it looks like, avoiding that missile turret completely. Meanwhile, over here,